Yes, I'm super thrilled. I actually completed Cybersecure Canada, and it was really nice. These were the things that came out really easy to me, and it was something that was basic. And I thought that this is like a free program that's offered by Canada, and it is basically something that anybody can look at and do and ace. And honestly, it does not stop anybody from acing and doing things that are good in terms of allowing account security and not allowing money launderers, scammers, hackers to get into your accounts. And it's embarrassing because you have a lot of these people who are on Bloomberg who say the same thing. Like literally, when I tune into Bloomberg today, I see broadcasters talking about buyback, and literally that's exactly what they were talking like, 10 years back. And you're like, hello, has anything changed in the last 10 years? As a marketer and as a finance person, I see news, and every day I see medical screening videos. Oh, you're sharing sonography, you're sharing x-ray, you're sharing things that are so tedious. Like it is so crazy because I'm a colors person. So anyways, I'm going to talk about Bloomberg later. And that is something that is going to be charged $1,000 per hour. But I'm just talking about cybersecurity. It was great to kind of do the program. Never share your passwords with people you don't trust. Always have a logic in terms of how you are managing accounts. Be an administrator, be a housekeeper, and also be a person who gives permissions to people if you're adding users and if you are deleting users. Also, it's good that when you're doing something around cybersecurity, you have to basically look at social engineers and not allow any social engineer to get into your network. Always, when you look at going to a place where you don't know people, you don't recognize people, you don't have to share critical information. And that is something which is very, very critical. And it was really great to kind of have this. When you are receiving calls, so you have like a call coming, tring tring, hello, yeah, who are you? Yeah, you were supposed to come today and you haven't showed up. The quick response is, okay, I'm so sorry I haven't showed up. Will you be sharing your identity details and tell me in terms of who you are, what you want from me, and what is it which is the file that we are talking on? So it's always good to pull it up and figure out in terms of what is it that somebody is looking at, because cybersecurity is something very essential. And now with the broadband network and investments that Canada is doing in the broadband space, it's good for people to look at putting all their files offline, staying online only for specifics, and then staying away. It is also good that one is able to address social engineers. Any social media network is an insecure network, so it's important to just focus on a forum or a thread, but not like look at engaging with external vendors, third party suppliers, shady marketers, or shady vendors who do not have any idea what you're up to and what your company is up to. I talked about mobile devices, so it can be a cyber criminal's window into your organization. Don't leave your phone unlocked or unattended. Honestly, if somebody calls you, that's a private information, and it's a privacy between the caller and the person who's on the phone. And it is between the phone recipient and the caller that relationship is established, where they know. But then it's always good to reference their images, reference their photo. If it's an anonymized information, if it's encrypted, if it's people who are probably not found, then that's a red flag. And you have to always keep sensitive work information off your personal devices, and always follow your social media and the organization's social media policy. So it goes on, getcybersafe.gc.ca is the website. and they asked some very basic questions on account security that I cleared. They asked about privacy settings, and I definitely said that for anything that you're doing, you need to customize your privacy setting. If you're downloading an app and you're probably going there, you have to customize privacy settings. Don't share everything with everyone. It has to be specific, and it has to be linked to the purpose. So if somebody is meeting for a knowledge session on Zoom, it has to be okay, the session is on startup, the session is on mental health for entrepreneurs, the session is on meeting Mona Fortier from federal government agency, the session is on meeting Prime Minister Trudeau. And so it really depends in terms of what your sessions are, and what is it that you're learning, and it really depends on it. But it is very important to customize privacy settings. Have you set software and operating system updates to install automatically? Yes. You have to have an antivirus. You have to have a default name and password for your Wi-Fi. How often? You have to always back up your data. You always have to leave images, and you always have to have a story. And especially in my case, because I'm impaired visually, so there are certain things that I need to, so my memory is very different from what others have in terms of memory. It's not about memorizing information. I never memorize, but there are many people who have different ways of looking at information. Some people memorize dates. Some people memorize, for me, memorizing is when I see something, I memorize. When I'm actually talking to Miss Chrystia Freeland, sometimes I need to see her. And when I went with the Deputy Prime Minister and Carol Peters and others at Toronto Ryerson University, I wanted to see them and I wanted to engage with them. I'm never a dumb audience, and I'm never a dumb viewer. So I'm glad about it. I don't even I don't even watch Bloomberg, because I definitely feel that those headlines are repeat and recycle. But my family does, and my family is big on Bloomberg. So I'm excited that I've completed Cybersecurity Canada course. I'm excited that, my phone is secure. I'm excited that, if you want to update your device operating system, you can always go to cybersecure.gc.ca or get cybersafe.gc.ca to get special help. I'm excited that my results were 8 out of 10. It was a basic cybersecurity assessment, and I got that. I'm also excited that what else am I excited about today? I'm also excited about the fact that you have to make every device your own, and you have to uninstall apps that you don't use. So with the coming in of social media, we have all got excited to one app, to one leader, to 5 leaders, to 6 shows that we watch, or we like to go back to and watch. And sometimes now, when the holiday season is here, we are looking at Christmas trees, mistletoes, you're looking at pictures of donuts. There's so much going on. It's always good to and it's always good to uninstall apps that you don't use. So, and you have to turn on off location services when not in use. So it's good to have location services when you're giving reviews or when you're doing something specific, but there's a way to kind of look at accounts and look at passwords and turn off location services when you're not in use. It's also good to disable features when you don't want. And in another big area in IT and account security is multi-factor authentication. So if you have downloaded the COVID Alert app, you will have to basically do a mobile verification on your mobile. But COVID Alert app does not ask for private details and personal details. The other app that is really good, so Canada COVID app is a federal agency app, and I like it. And the other app is Wellcan app, and if you have downloaded Wellcan app, it has a very nice psychometric test, and it's a basic psychometric test which you can take in terms of assessing mood levels. And obviously for women, the mood levels change, because sometimes women are moody, sometimes they're irritable. It all depends on the premenstrual cycle. It all depends on their environment, their internal external environment, and their moods change. So when you look at Wellcan app, you actually feel that there is some psychological level of readiness I have today to be part of a virtual event or to be part of something great. Or today, if my dog is barking too much, I'm not going to be part of it. So, I would rather be on audio. So it is nice, and it's really nice that that's the kind of judgment you have to do. And similarly, if I'm doing a judgment in terms of looking at probably only sharing information that's worth it, you can also do that with your devices. When you are hearing or when you're getting a new device, first is to get secure. So if you have a laptop, you have to always have your privacy passwords, you have to have authentication, need to understand privacy policy. um, uh, in order to champion your devices, you have to always disable the apps that you're not using. So if you're not using if you're using Instagram, keep it. If you're not using Spotify, delete it. So you can press on the app, there is a cross button, and you can delete it. And if you are looking at sharing an email or sharing an information, you can always look at ways of accessing that information offline, because and only go online when you have something specific to share. 62% say that take the steps to protect themselves online, and 58% say they don't do anything risky online. So the statistics on that is great. If you look at a lot of people who are micro volunteers and volunteers and learners for federal agency, they do not kind of share every information uh, openly, which is something that, and they have that protocol and they have their health and safety protocol. So it is good to kind of look at that, and it's also good to kind of go on to get cybersafe.gc.ca and engage. And the other thing that I wanted to basically talk about was something much bigger. It was about, why do people video conference, why do people share information, why do people connect with something that is needed. So it's always